Hi, I'm Megan, working for horticulture.co.uk, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about how to care for Nepenthes. Nepenthes, or more commonly referred to as the tropical pitcher plant, are a carnivorous plant which forms jug-like pitchers at the end of non-carnivorous leaves. These jugs are filled with digestive enzymes which can capture anything from smaller insects all the way to rats and birds with some of the larger species. Because there's such diversity between the species, hybrids and even cultivars, and they all come in a different location, there is a wide range of care based on the location and the type of plant you've got. But in this video I'll be covering the more basic guide, just so you know the main tips and tricks to go with for your plant. In the UK, Nepenthes are typically kept as a houseplant. This is due to their tropical conditions and their no requirement for dormancy. They prefer an indirectly lit spot, so they're perfect for an east or even west facing window which gets the early morning light or the later cooler evening light, and best to avoid that scorching light in the midday. They also prefer being watered with rainwater, distilled water or reverse osmosis water, as tap water will eventually kill these plants. They are beautiful and striking, and they capture the insects within these pictures. The lids do not close, but they are filled with digestive enzymes and can capture a range of prey. As obviously a hanging plant, they look great, especially within the bathroom due to their requirement for humidity. So they look great hanging in either a bathroom, or some easier species can be kept quite happily within a living room or even a kitchen just by a nice brightly lit window. Unlike some other carnivorous plants which prefer boggier conditions, the Nepenthes prefers to be in a aerated soil mix which is just kept on the damp side. Personally, I like to use a sphagnum, perlite and orchid bark mix. But you could also use mixes which include peat moss mixed with either sand, perlite or a combination of both, more primarily sphagnum moss mix, or even a focused bark mix such as orchid bark as your main mix mixed with other components. Each different grower will have their own mix that they enjoy growing Nepenthes in. Feeding these plants is also very rewarding, as you can feed them both alive and dead insects, and you can capture anything yourself to feed them in. They don't require feeding regularly, as they will often sustain themselves and capture numerous prey around your house, including fruit flies and gnats. However, if you do wish to feed them, you can feed them larger flies and even spiders, moths or anything you find laying about. The Nepenthes will often create its own digestive fluids in order to digest the insects. However, if you notice that your pitchers are looking a little dry, then you could always top them up with a little bit of rainwater, which is about a third of the way up the pitcher. You can see from my traps here, you can see the fluid within inside the pitcher, which wobbles about, and you could also see this little insects which it's captured inside. For me, my plants typically capture the fruit flies and fungus gnats which fly around my room amongst the rest of my plants. Nepenthes are interesting and rewarding plants to grow that are perfect for beginners if you're new to carnivorous plants and looking for something that's easy and will be happily grown within inside your home. There's a few easy to start species which will be great as starters within inside the home without little requirement. There is also more specialised species and exotic species out there which are a bit harder to grow and require certain conditions. Therefore, it's really important to look up the care of your particular Nepenthes that you're getting before you commit to growing, as some will have different requirements and require more humidity or light levels than others.